Welcome to the Sunday School reading for Good Friday. Today's reading is based on the Gospel of Matthew. Now, in yesterday's reading, Maundy Thursday, Jesus told his friends he knew who was going to betray him, but Jesus didn't name him, but he knew it was going to be Judas. So today you will hear about Judas and follow Jesus in the last day of his life. The chief priests were in the palace of the high priest, and they were making plans on how to arrest Jesus and kill him, but they knew they needed to wait until after the Passover meal. Judas, who was one of the 12 disciples, went to the chief priests and asked, "What are you willing to give me if I handed Jesus over to you?" So they counted out for him 30 silver coins. Now after the meal together, Jesus had gone to the Garden of Gethsemane with Peter, James and John, and whilst Jesus had prayed to God, the disciples had fallen asleep. "Are you still sleeping and resting?" said Jesus. "Get up now. Here comes my betrayer." Judas arrived with a crowd armed with swords who had been sent by the chief priests. Judas went at once to Jesus and said, "Greetings," and kissed Jesus on the cheek. The men stepped forward, seized Jesus and arrested him. Jesus' friends were afraid and ran away. Those who had arrested Jesus took him to the high priest. Just Peter, Jesus' friend, followed them at a distance. The high priest said to Jesus, "Tell us if you are Christ, the Son of God." And Jesus answered, "Yes." People in the crowd spotted Peter and they questioned him. They said, "This is the man who was with Jesus." But Peter said he did not know Jesus. The chief priests took Jesus to Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate knew that the priests wanted to get rid of Jesus. Pilate, though, thought Jesus had done no wrong. He asked the crowd with the priests what he should do. "Crucify him," the crowd shouted. So he handed Jesus over to be crucified. The soldiers teased Jesus and made fun of him. They dressed him up in a purple robe and made him a crown of thorns to wear, making him look like a king. They made Jesus carry a heavy wooden cross through the streets, and the people shouted at him. They then led him away to crucify him. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Then Jesus died. So in the evening of that night, a man called Joseph from Arimathea went to visit Pilate, and he asked Pilate's permission to take Jesus' body from the cross. So Joseph took Jesus' body, he wrapped it in white linen, and then he placed him inside a tomb that he owned. And taking a large stone, he rolled that in front of the tomb to seal its entrance. And it's traditional on Easter weekend to make an Easter garden. And if you go onto the church website, stthomas's.groombridge.org.uk, you will find a sheet just like this that will explain to you how you can go about making your own Easter garden. And we all hope you will have fun making your Easter garden. And from everybody on the Sunday School team, we wish you all a very happy Easter.